Welcome back to American Truck Simulator. This is David Steele, and here's my truck. This is a Mack. Whoa, Mr. Range Rover, what do you think you're doing? This is a Mack R, and in a recent video, I pretty much proclaimed that all you needed in this world was Mariah. No, it was not Mariah Carey. In today's video, we're going to prove that that's not necessarily the case. No, we're going to prove that all you need is a Mack with 237 horsepower because yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Mack R with an E6 engine with 237 horsepower and a 906 foot-pounds of torque. You can count them all. It won't take you very long. So let me go ahead and just line up here. This is going to be not too much of a challenge of a trip. We've got a 52,000 pound triple trailer behind us. It's not particularly taxing, I wouldn't have thought, but it's a pretty low powered truck, one of the lowest powered trucks, so that's close enough. I'm just gonna say that that's fine. There we go. So we have 237 horsepower, 906 foot-pounds of torque. We have a Mack 12-speed transmission. It's a direct drive. I think this is a 387, so it's the stock 12-speed that comes with the Mack R in Harvan's mod pack. It's a little buzzy, and by buzzy, it's doing about 1800 revs at 55. And I'm going to just drop it to first, or low, I think it is. We're shifting gears ourselves today because I feel like a challenge. I should really have used the 5-speed, right? But no, we're going to use the 12-speed today. This is a pretty heavy cargo, and I don't think I'm going to struggle with the trip. What have I got? It reckons it's 4 hours of driving. I've got 8 hours to do it, so I've got lots of time to be getting to my destination. I'm going to have some other compromises with this truck, and I'll talk a little bit about those. I mean, yes, we've got the shortage of power and the many gear changes that I'm going to need to do. This thing can be up in top gear at... Is that Range Rover again? Yeah, well, now you can wait. I may cut this from the video, but this Range Rover was tailgating me when I came to the parking lot the first time. And now he's got to wait. I'm moving off in well, it's first, I'll say second. I'm moving off in second gear, but actually it's not so bad. Yeah, definitely a crawler gear. Let's go ahead and give it some lock. Alright, so the shortage of power is one area where we're going to struggle here. Now thankfully the E6 does give me the full 2100 RPM to play with, so I think he's curve crawling that Range Rover. The second one is my blinker sound has stopped working. That's something that's probably a mod order or priority that I have messed up somewhere in ATS, and I had a very brief go at fixing it, but I really wanted to get this video made. So I'm like, you know what? Who needs to hear that my blinker doesn't work? It's perfectly fine. It's going to be okay. So that's the second issue, is some control difficulties. It's going to be a bit more of a challenge. And the third thing is, and you've just heard it, the engine brake. The engine brake is based on an 11-litre engine. And I don't need to say, but it's going to be kind of small. A little small engine brake on a fairly hefty cargo. So not that much go-go, not that much wah-wah-wah, and a short little truck. This isn't the shortest truck. This is like the medium length chassis, but it's not a very stable platform. You might say. Let's just turn my cruise on at 22. So it's going to be easy for me to overcorrect the steering or steer too much and make a bit of a mess of everything. So That's more of a driver error thing, but it's gonna play a part. Well, this is a nice easy white turn. To change down again. Is it trouble? Yes, it's trouble. Okay. Right, let's take a view. Oh, that's I think the trailers look longer than they really are because the Mack R is such a tiny little truck. Now we are going through the gears one by one, and we're only doing 20 miles an hour. In fact, let me get my headlights on. There we go. It's going to help. And I may yet switch to automated if it becomes too much of a chore to change every single of those gears. But here we are. We're bleeding speed going up this hill, and we're in 10s. We're holding it. Okay. Then again, what do I expect with so little torque and so little power and plenty of revs? So it's going to be a hard work to not impede the flow traffic too much. But there's only so much that I can do with such limited resource. I also tweaked my cruise control setting. What I found I was doing a lot with ATS is using my cruise control to change my speed. I mean, yes, but I had it set to tap up, tap down in 5 miles per hour increments, and I changed that. Now it's just 1 mile an hour increment rather than 5. So like now, I'm doing 42. If I want to go up to 60, I'm going to tap it up 18 times. I'm going to get bored of that. But the limit's 45, so we get accelerating up to 45. So, and we're in top gear. So I've run out of gears. So if I want to go faster, I'm going to have to squeeze the pedal and just tolerate all the noise that this little 11 litre engine is going to be producing. Let's just disable cruise. I don't need that right now. I'm giving it full power. Full torque, I suppose you might argue, it's a diesel. And we were speeding. Oops. And now the speed limit's changed. I didn't get a ticket though. If you don't get a ticket, are you really speeding? Discuss in the comments below. Yes, you bastard. Listen to that. Working this little E6 pretty hard. So we've got a trip south today. Not particularly far. We're already an hour of game time into it. But I'm expecting it to be a little twisty, a little hilly. It's going to be a proper workout for the Mack. But then now with hindsight, it might not be a workout for my gear shift, because once I'm over about 45, I'm not going to be changing gear. I'm not likely to be. We're going to have to drop our speed, and we almost certainly are going to have to drop our speed down to at least 35 as we enter Coeur d'Alene. I guess that's how it's said. So let the speed bleed off. Please stay green, please stay green, please stay green. No, they didn't. Oh, these brakes are very effective. Dang. That was awkward. Thank goodness there was no one behind me to be awkwardized. Wait, what? Okay, well. Yeah, that's great, and my main beam works, so. Okay, well, those brakes were very effective when I guess I stomped on them. Yeah, there was no one behind to put through the rearmost trailer. Right. Let's skip a gear on the way up. Yeah, it'll just about let me skip gears, but I'm already in 7th. I'm gonna go up to 8th. Still 45 is the speed limit. Another red light, so I'll lift off completely. Take a sip of water. It's losing speed quite quickly. Gonna get back on the power factor, downshift. There's the 35 mile an hour speed limit, okay. So I don't really want to stop before I reach these lights because I suspect that they're gonna go. Oh, I don't know. Subi Ruby Roo might get to go next. Oh, Sutton. Okay. Change up with the governor there. Using all of these revs, or most of these revs. I really want to get to this green light before it turns. Now, if it does turn, I've just wasted a whole bunch of fuel, which I didn't need to. Okay, I'm going through. Great. And let's set my cruise at 21. There's another green light, but I bet you that this thing's fine. I'm going to just lift off completely. This thing is bound to go. Let's give it a trace of power. This thing's bound to turn to red. Alright. Go ahead. Turn to red. There we go. Oh, is that right? Oh, I see what it is. Yeah, okay. Let's lift off. Tell the world where we're going. No indicator sound. No blinker sound. Which is annoying, but it's we can cope with it. Looking good. Yeah. Really savage on the corner that day, but you could have been so much kinder there. Hey, this is David in the future, and yeah, at the time I didn't really understand why the AI did what they did, but when I was editing the video I realized what exactly happened and why the AI did what it did, and why you should never assume another road user is really signaling what they mean. So much kinder there. So there you have it. I had my right turn signal going and the AI assumed that I really was wanting to turn right. So whose fault would that have been? Wow. Then there's like 10 taps as to change down gear again. I didn't even get to reach for the air horn. There we go. Bit too late now. Every once in a while, the AI does something that's either very realistic and or very unpredictable and or very scary. It's probably quite close to real life, I think, in that regard then. Okay, set my cruise at 20, even though I'm going to keep accelerating this thing all the way up to, well, the limit's 55 right now. We'll hopefully be going up to 55. What's the 35? Grief, it's just taking its time, isn't it? In fact, it's just not accelerating. It must be an uphill. Okay, come on, that's nearly 30. Just disable cruise. It's not doing any good right now. I guess we sweep down and left to pick up some speed on the way down here. But once I get it up to sort of 55, it's not too difficult to keep it rolling. Okay. It's 38, so I can feel that we're going downhill because we're actually accelerating now. And I think we've now stopped accelerating. Okay, so we've established that the 237 horsepower version of the Mack E6 is a slug. But it will haul with the right gearing, and not only that, it will probably outlive you and I, and maybe even the Nokia. The Nokia, was it 3210 or something? The handset that will just not die. It's fairly low powered. It's a robust engine. I believe this one is all mechanical, so there aren't the electronics to go wrong. This engine will last and last and last. The truck may eventually rust, but the engine should be good for a long time. Now you may need to get it rebuilt. But even working this thing hard, I'm not really stressing it like I might if it were a 400 horsepower model. Then again, if it's built to take it, it's built to take it. I have to shift down now. 40, 35, next downshift. Couple of gears on the way down. I'll give it lots of breathing space. I've got all those revs to use. 1350, 1300 revs. Don't make me go down another gear. 50. It's getting closer. I need a downshift. 12. Come on, keep it going. Keep it going just a little further. Is it nearly holding 12? If I change down, it's going to lose a bit of speed. It's almost holding. It is holding, but it's not going any quicker. Well, I'm going to leave it like this. Changing down will burn more fuel, put us in a higher gear. We may not be able to accelerate, and it will take a little bit for the boost to get on. You know what? Let me just show you what I mean. So if I change down, see how we lost? Okay, only 1 miles an hour, but maybe nearly 100 revs in the next gear down. And right now, it's not able to accelerate. Very, very slowly. We still haven't recouped that 100 revs that we dropped. We've almost got it back now. But we'll be burning more fuel, so I can stretch, I can take a sip of water. I mean, this were the 70s and I were trucking in America. Maybe I'd be opening a 6-pack, I doubt it. Okay, it's got my speed back up from where it was, but I'm still going up a hill. Let's try shifting up and see if it'll do it. Yeah, so it takes a bit of time to get boost pressure back on, and it's now losing speed. So I'm going to downshift 2. Let's put me down to 8th. Right, so a little high on the revs there, but that's okay because we need that buffer to get the turbo spooling up to get enough torque, enough power at the wheels. And with its torque peaking lower down than the rev range, it's not producing peak torque here, and that puts it at a bit of a disadvantage. Split the gears all the way up to go up to 9th. So I lost me 500 RPM, but it is accelerating. So that's why sometimes I'm gonna hold on to a slightly too high a gear if it looks like the road's flattening off. So upshift again, and we're more or less holding on to our speed because you lose less speed that way. Got a weigh station coming up. I wonder what this combination weighs. If we get pulled in, we'll find out. And the truth coming up. What were they doing when they painted these lines? Goes back to that 6-pack sentiment. Okay, I gotta pull in. It says stop before getting on scales, but it doesn't say when. I mean, I was stopped a few hundred miles ago. Does that count? Ah. Does say stop here, so right, 101,000 pounds. Before I move off, actually, let's just check the map. Yeah, I've got no chance of turning around, unfortunately. I would have loved to have turned around. I don't think I'll be able to get up this little shortcut here. Oh wow. Oh, I know that corner. That corner's a mess. Okay, I've got no choice. That's a mess to get round. It might be a little easier with maybe with 3 wagons. I don't know. Is Pete gonna let me in? I guess not. Well, he might have done, but I'm just so dog slow. Can't really see the shortcut back there, but I know it's there. I remember discovering that, and it was such a fun little trip. I came up it as well, because who wants to go down the shortcut, right? Okay, looking clear on the left. Yeah, still looking clear, so that's good. Actually, are we going up a hill right now? Up a gradient? Oh no, but I'm using all the revs. Right, hit resume on cruise. I'll take me up to 55. In theory, in practice, I suspect that we will we're about to go downhill. That we will not let it go that fast. In fact, Truck's 35. Okay, I'm going to take that semi-seriously. Let's put my cruise to 75. I'll keep myself in this gear. And I'm going to trigger the engine brake. Just to get my speed. So keep my speed at 41. And I've got a +6 tolerance on my speed. Otherwise it will trigger the engine brake. I'm going to just bring the speed down a little bit. Okay. I mean, I want to take this seriously because I do not want to crash at this point. What's this guy doing? Okay. He is carrying some form of petroleum product, and he is not taking that speed seriously. So I don't know what to make. He doesn't have Mack power though. Exit right, I thought.
Turn left.
Turn left. No, I don't want to turn left. No, I'm not turning left. What are you on about, Doug? Okay, so I've got to be in the left-hand lane up here. But right now, I've got to not crash. Like, that tiny little steering effort meant it's such a huge impact on the truck. Merge left complete. Alright. Oh, I am definitely speeding. Sorry, Doug. Okay, so it's got the speed under control. It looks like we do to be in the left-hand lane anyway, so we will merge left here. But it's a little early. But that's alright. I see a big reason why I want to merge left over here on the right anyway. So older trucks, very different to newer ones in how you manage your engine speed. Because right now, using 1500 revs is a little unusual for me. There's no way of saying that. I've gotten so used to driving with modern engines and modern transmissions that my engine revs are usually 200 to 300 lower, RPM lower than they are with an older truck. I'm going to use the engine brake here. Oh, that engine brake is actually pretty brutal. I mean, I'd assumed that it wasn't very good because it's a small engine, but I was wrong. Okay, so I gotta give lots of time to go around. Oh, well, wait a second. They're stationary, so I think I can make it. Okay, so let's just try and get this. Oh, wow. That's a tight turning circle. Well, there's no one here, so I can cut the corner. It's going to be fine. I didn't. Look at that. What do you know? It's the first time for everything. Right, so winding this Mack up through the gears, one by one. Who knew it'd be such a challenge to get to 35 miles an hour, right? Okay, I'm going to take a quick sneak. Oh. Because a quick sneak preview of my mileage, but 4.9 is not exactly an amazing fuel consumption figure. I guess it doesn't need to be. This truck was designed in an era when diesel was cheap. And yes, diesel prices go up. But I think it started at 4.8. And so to get to 4.9 means I've averaged more than 4.8 to the gallon. But it may be like 5.1 or something, which is still a little thirsty. And therein is one of the issues of these lower power trucks. You may think that you're going cute by doing a 237 horsepower Mack, and you do not have the power to burn that much fuel. So for the really heavy stuff, you'll take a long time to get anywhere, but you won't use that much fuel. I mean, compared to a 605 horsepower X15. For the lighter stuff, doesn't make that much of a difference. But for everything in the middle, and this is probably counting as something in the middle, the low power truck is just kind of inefficient.
Turn left.
And it's a shame, because you would think that, oh, this becomes a train, that you or I might think that with less power, of course there's a caveat here, but with less power, if I can maintain my speed, it's going to be okay. Of course, there's the thing. Maintaining my speed. I can't do it. Listen to this freight train go by. That's actually a pretty long one. I'm not using the extended train length mod. So I found that a little bit hard on my CPU, but that was a pretty long freight train for the stock game. Okay. Watch for vehicles and pedestrians. Yeah, I don't doubt it. So you would think that for this truck, 237 horsepower would give you the best efficiency, but no, I don't think it would. In fact, I'm pretty sure that a 350, because all you need for Christmas is a Mack 350, a 350 would probably get me better mileage than a 237. It would be less of a challenge too. No, thankfully. Thankfully, the challenge makes it worthwhile. Okay, so that's my delivery point. Let's just change my trip to be. Yeah, it's 5 p.m. I don't know what time I'm supposed to bring it here. Okay, alright. Oh. Let's just put it into neutral. Let's check. Now you want it to go over here. Okay. Put it in gear. That always helps. Short shift this bad boy an awful lot. And right, let's turn in. Let's see if we can line it up. Such a small turning circle. The shorter Macks only have a pretty small fuel tank capacity. I think this is 140 gallons. That is not a lot of fuel. And if you're only getting 5 miles per gallon, you know, you can burn through more than that in amount of fuel in a day, even driven normally. I'm yawning away. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and see how well we did. 199 miles and 41.6 gallons. Yeah, 4.8 to the gallon. I thought I did better than 4.8, but I was wrong. So 4.8 to the gallon and only 52,000 pounds of cargo with, I would say, better equipment, but I think I mean different equipment. I could have performed this trip so much better. Maybe an 18-speed transmission with a bit more power, not necessarily a Mack R or something else. I'd have got better mileage, but well, that doesn't matter. That was an enjoyable, challenging trip, and I hope that you enjoyed it too. And if you have, you know what to do. And if you haven't, you also know what to do. Thanks ever so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.